Hello, this is Julene, and this video is going to explain Mercury's Greatest Eastern Elongation that is happening on June 30th at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time through its retrograde period, to Inferior Conjunctionn, its direct station, and Greatest Western Elongation. What I have here is the solar system view on July 1st at 2 a.m. Universal Time, which is June 30th at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, so this is the actual time and date of Mercury's Greatest Eastern Elongation. So Earth is here, and then comes Venus's orbit, and then Mercury, and then there's the Sun. So as we're all here moving around the Sun, we're going to be moving in this direction around the Sun. So Mercury's retrograde period is going to happen in here because when Mercury reaches this point in front of the Sun, it's going to appear to be moving backwards. Okay, if we're on Earth facing the Sun, okay, to see the ecliptic plane and everything out here, we have to be facing south. So this is west and this is east. So Mercury at this point is at Greatest Eastern Elongation. He will move for about 2 more weeks, and then he will appear to go backwards through the zodiac from our vantage point Earth, at which point he will be in retrograde motion, and then he'll reach Greatest Western Elongation, and then he'll appear to move east around the backside of the Sun. Okay, so this will be the direct motion all the way from Greatest Western until the next Greatest Eastern Elongation about 3 months from now. This is the Superior Conjunctionn when Mercury is out here, and that's the direct conjunction. The Inferior Conjunctionn places Mercury between Earth and the Sun, and that will be the retrograde conjunction. Okay, so let's watch everything orbit around the Sun together so we can get an idea of how this is happening. So like I said, we're starting here at Greatest Eastern Elongation. And I'm going to move this ahead one day at a time, and we're going to watch Earth and Mercury and everything move here. And I'm going to go ahead to the 14th. Now Mercury is stationing. So if we're looking here from Earth, this period right in here is going to be where Mercury is going to appear to move backwards or westward through the constellations of the zodiac. Now I'm going to move this ahead to July 28th. Okay, this is the Inferior Conjunctionn. Now Earth, Mercury, and the Sun are all aligned, and this is the Inferior Conjunctionn of Mercury and the Sun. It's also conjoined Earth here, all on this plane. So Mercury is passing in front of the Sun. Now Mercury's direct station is going to be on August 8th. Okay, so here's August 8th. So like I said, here's Earth and the Sun, and from this period, this point here, it seems like Mercury's moving backwards. After this, he'll seem to go forward as he comes in an eastward direction around the Sun. Now, Greatest Western Elongation occurs on August 16th. Okay, so now Mercury is as far west as possible from the Sun. And then from Greatest Western Elongation all the way through until his next Greatest Eastern Elongation, which happens in October. Mercury is going to be direct. Okay, so I want to give you an idea of what this looks like in the astrology charts that we're all used to seeing. So here's the chart for Mercury's Greatest Eastern Elongation, June 30th, 2012 at 10 p.m. Daylight Savings Time. I've set it for Cleveland, and I'm using Equal Houses Tropical Zodiac. So we see here that Mercury is east of the sun. Okay, after the sun sets in the west, Mercury, who's further east, will set later. So Mercury is visible in the evening. Now Mercury can travel up to 28 degrees from the sun, but that doesn't mean it's going to every time. Right now, this difference in orb at greatest eastern elongation between the sun and Mercury is 25 degrees and 45 minutes. Now the inferior conjunction of Mercury occurs at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on July 28th, and there they are, both at 6:08 Leo. Okay, now they're conjoined. Greatest Western Elongation, that is coming up on August 16th, puts Mercury ahead of the sun. Okay, Mercury is at 5 Leo, the sun's at 24 Leo. This time the orb is only 18 degrees and 40 minutes. Okay, Mercury is going to rise before the sun. 15 degrees equates to an hour, so we're looking at probably an hour and 15 minutes before sunrise, Mercury will rise. Okay, so this brings on Mercury's morning visibility at greatest western elongation. Actually, before then, between, around the direct station. Okay, now here is the view of the sky as viewed from Earth. I have this set for sunset on June 30th. Okay, so here's the sun and here's Mercury. And remember, this is about an orb of 25 degrees and 45 minutes between the sun and Mercury. This is Mercury's greatest eastern elongation. Mercury is east of the sun, which is setting here in the west. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at when we're going to start to lose Mercury's visibility. Okay, I'm going to leave this at about, well, we'll leave it at 9:45 p.m. Okay, now I'm going to advance this a day at a time. Mercury is still moving forward. Mercury is still moving east. Mercury is still direct up until 7:14. See, watch Mercury move eastward. I'm going to have to back this up here so we can keep seeing it. But then we're going to lose it. So we're losing visibility. We're going to lose visibility of Mercury a few days before its retrograde station, because this is July 11th at 9:45, and look at how low Mercury is to the horizon. There's the 12th, still moving forward through Cancer. 13th, see, we've lost him, because if we go back to 9:30, Mercury isn't going to be bright enough to shine through. And the retrograde station then occurs on the 14th, and at which point we have lost visibility of Mercury. But I'm going to move this up a bit and turn off the daylight just so that you can watch now that Mercury is going to be retrograde. He's going to be moving backwards. Okay, he's going to go backwards. Oops, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, there's the station. Now watch. He's going to go backwards through Cancer. See, Mercury's moving backwards through the sign of Cancer. He's going to come to conjoin the sun. Now remember, we can't see Mercury at this time at all. There's the 28th at inferior conjunction to the sun. Okay, after which we're going to watch Mercury appear in the morning sky. Let me put the daylight back on. Okay, see, I mean, we cannot see Mercury at this point. I'm going to now go to the morning sky. And we're going to watch for Mercury to reappear. Let's get just before sunrise, about 5:45 a.m. And we're watching for Mercury to come back into view. Now Mercury goes direct on the 8th. So just before Mercury goes direct, 5:45 a.m., he's going to be real low in the morning sky on the 7th. Then Mercury goes direct on the 8th. Okay, so now if you notice back here, look at where Mercury is in Cancer. When he stationed retrograde, he was over here. Now he's way back here in Cancer because he moved backwards. So now what we're going to watch is Mercury moving forward through this constellation. Okay, August 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Okay, here's the morning of the 16th. This is Mercury's greatest Western elongation. This means Mercury will be as furthest from the sun at sunrise here as possible. See, now here's the sunrise coming. See the difference between the sun and Mercury here? Mercury is at greatest Western elongation, further west of the sun, and therefore rising first since the sun is east. So that's the video for this particular Mercury retrograde period from his greatest Eastern to greatest Western elongation, and I hope that this helped to explain how Mercury goes from evening to morning visibility, and how you know that once Mercury is visible in the evening sky, that you know a retrograde period is coming. When Mercury appears in the morning sky, it means that its retrograde has just ended or is just about to end, and he'll remain visible in the morning sky until he goes back to conjoin the sun again at superior conjunction, where he'll be direct, and then he'll reappear in the evening, and then you know that a retrograde's coming again once he appears in the evening sky. So I hope this helped you, and thanks for tuning in.